5 years on the channel. So I'm screwing you like show paper.
It's cool. It's cool.
That's the only thing. And then I saw he had a beginner workout. I was like, that can't be too bad. Let me go try that. Oh, bro, I've never been humbled so quick in my life.
So down.
It's so mad.
Before you started, were you active, or was this your first fitness journey?
Okay. First fitness journey.
So you weren't going to gym or nothing beforehand?
You know the men them kind of cycle where maybe there's an event coming up, you hit the gym. Cool.
So sporadically, like
an event.
Man go gym for an event.
Man's going gym for an event.
That's never happened. Man said you know that thing, and you man said yeah. That's beautiful.
He said it like you're buying white airs. There's a baby shower, so I'm gonna go gym for 2 days.
Yeah, because I understood what you meant, bro.
So I'm gonna get my arm popped up for 2 days, broski.
I've got a confession.
What?
You know when you went
What?
Oh no, this is personal.
When we went Convo, you went gym the day before. The morning,
bro.
Do you know how early we linked up?
Yeah, I went to before that.
Just for that?
Just for that, bro.
You're a bozo. And you're looking on topless, you know.
I had the best. That's all.
Yeah, well, it's very similar, man.
Because I was thinking, it's gonna make a difference. Now I no training, I'm like, that didn't do nothing. That was just ego.
Honey, how can you go gym in the morning to look good?
And you're not gonna roast me, so I was like, nah.
Who was gonna roast you?
All of you lot.
Did we roast you? And you
I didn't tell you.
Oh, okay. After you said we knew you were gonna roast you about like being skinny or something.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
So apart from things like that,
Yeah.
never consistent.
What a
But
silly
then I
thing.
realised that I was never consistent because I was going for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
That's what I tell people all the time. I used to go for looks. So that story there,
You got
big
me.
up the man them that everyone's got their reasons, but for me it never stuck. So before that, I'd never been gym for more than a month consistently. This is from year 11 to when was that? 2019, 2019. From like what 2014, 2015 to 2019, never consistent. All of a sudden, I started working out not for looks, but to actually get strong.
Okay.
And I've never missed more than a week in 2 years.
Hard.
That's mad still.
Hard.
I hear it still. I hear it.
Still.
So,
And I think what you're saying is key as well, because I feel like when people are going for looks, obviously not in every case, but when you're going for looks, when you've got the body you want, it's easier for you to think, I can take a day off. I don't need to go gym this week. It's not like I'm going to lose everything in a week, which you won't. You will lose the strength though. However, someone that's going for strength will feel like if you're isolating for strength alone, 1 day, 2 days off, you're going to feel rushed.
You're going to feel weaker than you were.
Sometimes you actually are.
Yeah.
The biggest reason I hate when people say I want to sometimes I decline people that train me. I'm like, what's your reasoning? When I hear it, I'm just like, no, because I would rather spend my time doing something that benefit me than
training someone.
Spend time on you and you're going to be gone after 2 weeks.
What kind of reasons? What if they got a holiday coming up?
Thank you.
Okay.
Wait, say that again.
I got a holiday coming up.
So let's say it's like March, they got a holiday in June, they're trying to do a quick mad thing before then.
You're not training them. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
It's my time.
Yeah.
Go find someone else. I'm not doing it. Because you're going to reach a point where you're like,
I don't even need to do this.
This will be come for the holiday.
Yeah.
I look alright enough
For this holiday first.
for the holiday. I'm a girl and I got a bit of a big bum. Man are gonna still hit on me anyway. Or I'm a guy, I'm a bit bolo. You can still draw girls.
Also, motivation wise, you're not gonna be motivated. If you're going for a holiday,
you're finished.
When the holiday's done,
that's it. End of that.
like
Clientele
broski,
gone.
how you doing? How you going gym for carnival? How many reps? How many reps are you gonna be motivated to do?
You need to go back to
No, you need to go back to this.
Bro.
Broski went gym on the day of carnival to look good for
with
carnival.
doms everywhere.
How long was your gym session? Or what did you work on?
like, I don't know.
Probably arms. Arms and chest.
No, but it's not that mad. It's not that mad. I've gone to a motive with Joe, and man's done 40 push-ups before the
lie.
motive.
Doing
Like
push-ups
outside
before motive?
on the main road.
We'll make you bolo. Before the bolo.
Yeah, no, push-ups. Push-ups, what do you do that?
As you said, I've done that whole time.
That was calm, bro.
If you were right outside the motive, and you did 50 push-ups before you walked in, your chest and arms.
Right before you go.
Listen, you've done that before.
No, but Broski went gym before carnival, bro. By the time he gets there and walks in the crowd,
public
it's
is
dumb.
gone.
That's so dumb.
young,
He was actually like 20 years old. You was too old to be doing what you did still, factually.
No, he's definitely informed.
Do you think, on the note of carnival, do you think you'd go carnival again? That was your first time, innit?
That was my second.
Do you think you'd go again?
Nah.
Yeah, fair enough. That was a hectic
Why
day,
not?
though.
Is that because of that carnival or just carnival in general? You wouldn't go again.
Faith reasons.
Okay,
Oh, fair.
okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It's a lot. There's a lot going on.
What does it add to me? and that.
Yeah, bro.
If you want to do it,
Yeah, man.
up to you. But
I used to call bro about big booty hoes.
And now you can't call it
I
about
can't
big
call it
booty
about big booty
hoes.
hoes no more.
D&D.
No!
That's blocked.
Oh, man.
Sorry, your Bible.
Do you think it's difficult to be a Christian in a relationship in this day and age?
it depends on, like everything else in life, what's the motives behind it. So now that I've gone back to church, I've understood that really and truly relationships, or the way that design or should be, it leads to marriage. In terms of, if I'm in a relationship with you, being strict, obviously we know what social culture is. People just in a relationship because they're bored, they're single, they're lonely.
Actually.
But really and truly, to save yourself from heartbreak, pain, unwanted things, you should date to get married. So if you're entering it with that intention,
Where was he last week?
if you're entering with that intention, then it can't, and both people know that it can't really go wrong. But in this day and age, it's like people enter relationships for a whole bag of reasons, bro. Some people are just bored.
Lonely.
Some people don't know how to be comfortable being
Without
single,
outside of a
alone.
relationship, yeah.
So there's alone, then there's single. People often think they're the same thing. Alone is when you literally feel lonely. Humans should not be lonely.
Yeah. But you can be
fundamentally,
single.
You can be single. but
Some people
lonely.
can't be- yeah,
But
some
some
people-
people don't know how to be
Single.
be not lonely in their singleness.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then the end of stuff, it's like, what's that phrase again? You know when people constantly have boyfriends or girlfriends, like a revolving door.
Yeah.
Every time you catch up with someone, either they're with someone,
That's
or
a girlfriend, man.
They're basically,
That's a girlfriend,
they're
man.
relying on a partner.
I don't know.
I don't know what the phrase is.
There's not a phrase for it.
I've heard of
There's not a phrase. I've never had a phrase for it, but I just say they're reliant. They
I think
basically rely on a
it's like
partner.
an older generation phrase. Like, there's one that's into free shots. You know free shots?
Yeah.
I think them man said it.
Don't do that again, though. Yo,
We don't know.
Free what? All you
I swear
say
that's four
in the
shots or
future, you say I was listening to
another
something.
pod.
Yeah.
Don't even say pod.
Yeah, factually.
I've listened to something.
Yeah, I was into something and then they said it.
Yeah,
It was an older generation phrase, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's your intention behind it. Why are you in it? Why really? Why are you in this? Some men enter relationships with certain people because they don't want to see them with anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's mad.
Yeah, literally still selfish.
That's mad.
It definitely happens.
It's the reason behind it, and when the reason's good, I don't know. I don't think it can go left. If the reasons are good, and if you've done your due diligence.
Yo, what? Don't do that again.
I was gonna say, so let's say a man gets into a relationship with a girl because he doesn't want to see her with anyone else, and if she feels the same way, what's the problem? Isn't that how relationships are?
You're gonna get bored then.
You think so? You don't want to see her with anyone else.
That's not the right reason to be in a relationship, though, is it?
No, but
Okay, that could be the start of, but it could lead to something else. That can't solve.
That can't be the sole.
Yeah, that can't be the story. Yeah,
But it'll fizzle out.
on it. Yeah, sure. I know what you're saying. Story. There's nothing wrong with it if it has the right things around it. But yeah, honest,
What
it's
about
a
this?
bad
The
thing.
reason why you don't want to see them with someone else, what happens when maybe that stops being a reason? Maybe when they stop being as attractive as you thought they originally were. Now you don't care if they're with anyone else, so now you're gonna cheat or you're gonna exit.
That's
You're
why
gonna break
you've
her
got to
heart.
build
Or you're
within
gonna
that
break her
time
heart.
before you see them differently. Like
You
from
got
when
what?
you're from when you start being with them. That's when you need to start thinking of different things, because if you got into that relationship just because you don't want to see with
anyone
someone
else, yeah,
and you
yeah.
haven't built in that time, then it's
I think
not going to run
I think
anyway.
he's saying that shouldn't be a good start. That's not a good start.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't even be
start
getting
with
into it and then trying to
I
build
just
that.
think- I
Yeah,
just
in that
think
way.
that it could work out. I
It
feel
could,
if
but that's the wrong reason.
Yeah, it's the wrong reason.
You justified it, though, bro.
Actually good. Just like people maybe go to church for the wrong reasons. A lot of people maybe go to church because how many girls go to church because I want to find a man of God?
yeah.
Or how many brothers do that? But then when they're there, it might transcend into an actual good reason, and they realize that this God thing is actually more serious than me just finding a partner. So you are right. I can't lie.
Hater.
Man,
Is that why you go to church this week?
what?
Find a woman of God.
Find women of God?
Yeah.
No. It'd be a good start though. No, it would. In all honesty,
You think
if
it would
I think
keep
it would
you
help,
in
man.
there?
If I actually had that type of mind, well, not going to a church looking for women, but if you went to a church, saying that, bro, I want to find my wife in a church, I don't think that's a bad thing. Actually, if you're, but that should not be your, like you said, that should not be your sole reason.
It shouldn't.
I should be looking for wonder. You have to practice bar.
But hear this. A guy wants to find a God-fearing woman. Where's the first place he's gonna start? Church. There we go.
I'm just saying, it just shouldn't be your reason.
Yeah,
as to going alone. Or else when the pastor saying, close your eyes,
You're looking around.
You're looking at.
Oh my god.
I think it's rising. Yeah, bro, literally. So, yeah, that's mad. Still, do you think you would ever do that?
Do what?
Like, look for your woman in the church?
Yeah, I will do. But
Okay.
it's not why I'm there though. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. He's guilty. Do you think you would
Do what?
look for your woman in the church?
Maybe. I can't lie. Maybe.
It's a question because obviously,
Potentially.
either way, you want a God-fearing woman.
That's not how it
But
happens.
is it a thing where you ideally want to find your woman
But that's
in
not
the
the only.
church?
That's
If
not
I
the only
reach that
place you can find a
stage-
God-fearing woman.
It's
though.
not, but would you want to ideally find your woman in the church?
In my head, yeah, my missus doesn't have to go to my church. Do you get what I'm trying to
Okay,
say? She
fair
doesn't
enough.
have to be in the church that man's at. But if I meet a woman in any other social setting and I find out that she's a God-fearing woman, that's calm.
But would you want her to go to your church?
No, I actually wouldn't.
But hear this. Don't you finding her in the church cut out that process of finding out she's a God-fearing woman.
No,
not necessarily.
Bro,
These women in the church.
You mean in Jamaica?
Wait, you're thinking for him?
Yeah, that was bars, bro.
It's not bad, because
So you're saying every woman in your church is definitely a God-fearing woman?
You'd assume so.
No. But you wouldn't assume so. You would get to.
Okay, they're more likely to be.
Yes,
than a
more
woman in the
likely to
street.
be. Yeah.
That's a good
Why?
start.
Wait.
They're more likely to.
You don't get what I'm saying?
Fairs. They
I
are,
get it,
they are,
but
but
I'm not saying they are, but they're more likely.
look, they're more likely to be. But I feel like that's where you go wrong, where you have the assumption that everyone around you in this holy place is like that.
Shouldn't be
That's where you go wrong, bro.
You've just seen a girl at church.
Yeah, and you make an assumption, and it's
You
not
can't be
necessarily
like,
the case.
She's in church. I've
Yeah,
seen her
she's
pray.
God-fearing.
It's not necessarily the case.
You wouldn't even like. I don't believe that assumption should be made at all until you got to know that person.
And I feel like,
Regardless of the fact that
you see
they're in
how
the
you
church.
said, you see like, if you find a woman in the church, she's more likely to be God-fearing than a woman in the street. I don't think that you should make that assumption because
It's true though.
Like-
It's more. They're more. But they're more likely to be the average random person, like compared to
I
someone
feel
in the
like
church.
that kind of mindset will make you write off a
Women
woman.
outside.
But what
Yeah, and you start
assumption-
looking in
what-
church,
what
looking for
assumption
Nyash.
What assumption have we made by thinking that?
You've made an assumption that,
women in the church are God fearing.
yeah.
The people on the street.
But if you're there, what does that say about you?
All it tells me is that you're in the
you
church
went
right
to
now.
church.
That's all it tells me that you're in church right now.
You're in this building.
Literally, that is literally all it
I
tells
would go
me,
to
bro.
church and think that. Yeah, no, actually.
Here's what. How would you move to a girl in church versus how would you move to a girl
Wow.
maybe in the club?
I don't know.
I was reading the book of Numbers. And I realized that ain't got yours.
That is funny. Where did you think of that so fast?
Let's go. This is me. Church and games nights, man.
But I feel like subconsciously you would though. The words you choose to use
In the church, it's different.
That you've already made an
No,
assumption
but,
there.
okay, hold on.
You're
Isn't that a problem with you? The fact that your approach changes when you're outside the church and inside the church.
So what?
Alright, cool. Like, if you move to a girl outside the church, yeah, and your approach
So
is
are you
different.
saying the same way he moves to a girl inside church should be the same way he
Yeah,
does
you should
outside?
be the same person, no?
Are you the same person at home and at work?
No.
God, I'm happy
No,
you're not ignorant.
no.
I'm happy you're not ignorant.
No,
'Cause some
no.
people try and say yes.
No.
But people don't understand you wear a different face everywhere. Behind that face, your morals and ethics are the same.
He's
What
got you.
what you
No,
stand
no,
for,
no.
you don't.
I actually think I'm the same
way
nigga
you
everywhere, bro.
The way you speak and certain things that might come out of your mouth in terms of certain likes you have.
But like,
change.
in the fact where you're trying to approach a woman, yeah, surely you're trying to present your character. But why would that be different based on your setting, though? I'm confused.
It shouldn't.
Like a professional environment is different to how I am at home. I feel like the examples are different.
It shouldn't. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it is, then the problem's with you.
100%.
Yeah.
But
Has he got me, MB? Fuck. Don't piss me off.
no, but it shouldn't. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So then, which approach? For it to not be, so we're saying there's two approaches.
Yeah.
The way you approach them outside church, the way you approach them in church. So which approach
Is the
should
right
be
one.
eliminated?
Okay.
For you to have the same approach to everyone.
The one outside. The one, you should go for the one in church.
There you go, because that works for both parties, right?
You should.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go.
All played.
You are now listening to PullUp Pod with JB, SK, MB, and Bangs.
Hey, good topic though.
He like that one, you know. Came prepared still. Came prepared.
Oh, no, go.
What's wrong with the man there?
I don't know if me and you were talking about it, but we was, correct if I'm wrong, we was talking about someone's car being stolen, and if they're the wrong type of person. So basically, let me just set the scene for everyone. So obviously, for us, yeah, if a crime is committed against us, we will call the police, right?
Most likely, yeah.
Most
depending
likely.
on the gram.
Depending on the crime. That's why it's funny, right? So someone that says no snitching, right? You're I don't know, you're a rapper that wants to live by your raps.
Right.
Yeah? No snitching.
Yeah.
Your car gets stolen. Don't you have to snitch?
More
Put
time,
it on
yeah.
Twitter.
But
But what I'm saying is, don't you feel like the rules, like there's so many street rules and all these things which will change in different scenarios.
Yeah.
Do you think there's really anyone out there, that actually isn't snitching if their car gets stolen?
I think there's some old heads
Is it?
that are sticking by the code still.
That's madness.
But now I'm thinking, now I feel like there's two separate definitions of snitching. Because, like, for example, if you're snitching directly on someone,
That's snitching.
that's snitching to me, innit?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're just
Reporting a crime.
reporting a crime to get your possessions back, snitch.
So you're telling me
I'm the guy at the top of the
wait. You're telling me that you was outside your window.
Yeah.
You see your neighbor go in your car
That's different. I've
and
seen
drive
it
it off.
I've seen it.
You just said you're not snitching though.
What do you mean?
Oh, well,
I
you're
never
gonna
said
go
that.
recover that car, bro. They could
Are
go
you gonna tell the
anywhere.
police?
Oh
this is you done it?
yeah. So that's a good question. If it's someone that you're familiar with, if you've seen the brother, you might not say neighbor because that's too easy. Just someone from the street that you can recognize by his face. You know him. You know your brethren, but you know his face, and you can know some people that know him or whatever. You seen him go in your car and he's jetted off with it.
That's easy enough for me to get it back. I wouldn't need to snitch.
So you wouldn't snitch, no?
No, I wouldn't snitch, bro.
Gangster.
Okay.
That's easy enough for me to get it back. That's easy enough for me to get it back. If I know the face or the person or whatever, that's easy
Yeah,
enough
but
for me to get it back.
he could just take your car and then
what
go
if next time
to
you see
Dover,
them,
bro, and then that's it.
I might not get my car back, but I can get some justice.
Bro, he could
Bozo!
he could leave
Look
the
at this
UK,
guy.
bro. He could leave the UK forever and then that's it, bro. You won't even see him again.
I hear it, but I gotta try it.
Wait, I actually want to know, like, your
gotta
car
try.
has been stolen, broski. Like, let's actually put this into reality because sometimes when we put up scenes, we don't think about our lives. Your
We're
car
not
is
GMs though.
gone.
Yeah.
No, it
Like,
is,
you've
it
seen
is.
man get in your car. You've
I've
seen
got
him
a
one
real
time in
life
Croydon
situation,
before.
bro. My car's been broken into. There's a CCTV of the guy that's the guy that did it, some nitty, whatever. I didn't snitch.
That was minor.
What do you mean?
It wasn't minor, but your car.
A crime was done
His
against me.
possessions
bro.
were stolen.
Huh?
Why didn't you? Because I know you weren't thinking about the code.
I won't, but
I
exactly.
mean, Alright, cool. What if that happened, yeah, and you never saw? Say there was CCTV. Say there was no CCTV and you didn't know the brother.
Then I'm going to the police.
Okay, fair enough. I feel like that's a possibility of something that I might not call the police about.
So what?
That situation?
Yeah, just like I don't think you're
I
gonna recover.
I tried to find him. I heard a couple of people that knew about him, but he never flourished. But after that,
what would you have done?
I would beat him up. What the hell?
Alright, cool. The same brother took your car now. The CCTV of him taking your car. What are you not telling the police now?
No, I'm trying to find it first. I'll be real.
Cool. 2 weeks have gone by. You've not heard his name.
I'm snitching, man. That's my last resort.
If my car gets stolen, broski, man, snitching.
What am I gonna
I
be able
am
to do,
snitching.
But the point I was making at the beginning is I just differentiate them types
Based on
of
the
snitching.
crime.
So like for me, if like someone stolen my car and I do tell the police, I don't really see that as snitching. Whereas if
But
let's say you've done something,
Yeah.
and then like, just example, you've done something, and
What?
I've been asked about it, and I've said, yeah, it was you. That's what I see as proper snitching.
I hear it.
You might heard that example though,
Yeah.
right? Innit? Cool, innit? Just know it's
Because I said
no, it's cool, innit?
you ain't done that, bro.
But we all agree that if our car was stolen, we'd snitch.
Is that even snitching?
Brother! Is that even snitching? Okay.
Making. It's not
No.
even snitching.
I think what he's saying is true because if you've seen the person and you kind of know of them, then yeah, you are snitching in a sense. Whatever snitching is, because I'm still telling the police. But what I'm saying is, if you've not seen the person or your car's gone, that's not snitching. You ain't even. Who are you telling on?
Exactly.
Who are you telling on?
Who are you telling on?
You don't.
But
Who are you
some
telling
people
on?
see snitching.
No, that's
as
not
the
even
whole
snitching.
Cooperating with the police.
I'm just saying how I see it.
Yeah,
I'm saying
no.
that.
But that's why I think some people.
Let's cooperate with the police in a sense. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I feel like someone might not even say anything because how was that car obtained in the first place?
Long day.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different. If you can't tell how the car's obtained, then that's your own problem. Why do you bring that up?
But that might be a reason that you don't snitch.
I guess in a sense, snitching would have started from a sense of. Actually, no. What am I gonna do? I don't know where I'm going. Don't worry. You know what I'm gonna say.
Wait, what did you mean by what you said? How was obtained?
How was the car obtained in the first place?
He's saying that in
So
the
let's say illegally or legally. Because if it's illegal, then
of course you can't snitch.
You're left in that state.
Because you're putting yourself in.
So it might look like they're not trying to snitch, but these times they just can't get involved with the police.
I think with some people as well, their life is so justice that they can't call the police due to what they're doing is illegal and everything, innit?
Yeah.
Like whatever situation that goes on, they are somehow gonna go to jail in the scenario. So they're so engraved.
They might even find the car. They got what in the car?
They're so imagine the car. Like, they're so engraved in living a life of crime that when something wrong happens to them that is completely lawful to talk about, like there's nothing in the car. They can tell they've obtained the car legally. It's so abnormal to them. They don't call the police about nothing, bro.
Or even if they do call the police, it could end up falling back on them.
At least that's what they think.
Yeah.
At least that's what they think still. Yeah, man. It's funny. I was literally busting off about it with my friend. I was thinking, how can you be so hard headed? Like, bro, like think about like people that like rappers. Think about big rappers that talk drillings and all these things.
They are calling the police,
and their fucking Rolls Royce or Lambo is taken. What are they doing, bro?
They're 100% going to the police, bro.
Man, my nigga Lil Baby.
I'm trying to think. Do you think they wouldn't go to the police?
They wouldn't.
Do you think? Let's think of a rapper that raps their raps.
The only situation where I don't see someone like that going to the police is if he knows who done it.
Okay.
And then they want to take matters into their own.
Like for example, when I'm sure that young Bane situation when his watch got robbed, he knew he did it. I don't think he went to the police.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think if you knew who did it, they're not your brethren, but you know who did it, you feel they're not going to the police?
Not straight away.
Fair enough.
If they knew him, I don't think they'll go to the police. But sometimes you need to think them even snitching is direct effect on their life. Like they could get got.
No, but I'm talking about us here.
Oh,
if you knew the person.
Yeah, if you knew the person. You don't know him personally, but you know of the person. You know of the person.
And then the crimes happen to me.
Yes.
It depends how close that person is still and what the crime is.
So let's say they're not even anyone's direct friend that's your brethren.
Okay.
They're just someone that you've seen in the area and you know someone knows them because, for example, if it's someone from Croydon, someone knows them. Someone from Kent, you know that you've seen his face before. You can just put him on Snap. There's many ways you can find him.
Naturally try to resolve it yourself.
Naturally, innit? Cool.
White or black, I think. You naturally try to resolve it yourself.
White or black?
White or black.
If it's white, I'm snitching.
No,
I'm telling the police straight away.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Whether we're white or black.
Whether you're.
I swear that the white man takes my car, I am singing straight away. I am singing. I am singing, broski. Big man thing. I am doing no resolve. I don't care if I know him. I'm telling the police, bro.
Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Pull up on me.
How would you, man, if you had a girl, let's say she does something a bit questionable, how'd you go around it? How'd you go about it? Informing.
Say that again, bro.
If you had a girl and she does something questionable, whatever questionable means to you, questionable, how would you go about it? Like dealing with it?
Most times it's just a conversation. Talk about what I didn't like about it, why I didn't like it. Make sure you understand why I didn't like it. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you not to do it again, but it's your choice to make, and you should know basically what I'm saying. I'm not going to physically say don't do it again, but from what I'm saying, you should know not to do it again. Yeah. That's for me. That's the best way.
Some man have more experience.
I'll hear everyone else first.
Kind of similar, to be honest. I think when it comes to a situation like that, I think the best way to handle it is to communicate. So, we'll have a sit down. I'll talk about why I didn't like it. But to be fair, depending on how bad it was, I might even leave it off for a little bit, and that's even bad. Yeah, I feel like man needs to, go to it straight away. But the type of person I am, I might leave it for a little bit and then bring it up. But yeah,
I don't know how to do that.
Well, I'll just do MB's way.
When something offends me properly, I tend to not even bring it up. I don't know. Yeah, bro. If something's mad, like mad, I just think, what the fuck?
I'll keep it myself.
How do you do that? And I don't want to tell you because I'm so disappointed. Like, I'm so pissed.
You should even come back.
I'm so pissed.
You should have noticed that you
did that.
You should have noticed that you did that.
I'm pissed. I don't really know how I would deal with something like that, to be honest. I'm gonna be like, bitch, no. I don't really know how to deal with something like that, to be honest. I don't really want to see myself in that type of scenario. It's crazy
stuff.
Can
happen though, bro.
If it's questionable, you know what would be a good example? We spoke about if we were in the uni city, and if your girl came to visit, she came to your city. No, not to visit you. She came to your city. She came to your city for 4 days and didn't tell you. You have a long distance relationship based on the fact that you go to a uni in Birmingham, for example. She lives in London. Yeah. She came to Birmingham for 4 days. She didn't even tell you, broski. Someone else, like you seen her on a snap. She never told you. She's gone back to London. She ain't even brought it up. Yeah. She was at her birthday though. You saw she was at something. Fine. Why didn't she tell you? It's questionable, correct? Cool. She's gone back. Like, she came for something. She stayed at her friends. You weren't arguing or nothing. You weren't in no turmoil. Yeah? She's cut. You ain't even said, bro, for me, I don't know. Would you bring that up straight away? What's your reaction?
That's even unrealistic.
Why?
My bro said, I would never be with a girl like that. Do your due diligence, bro. Do your due diligence, bro. Do your due diligence, bro.
And I'm not even. Place yourselves in the shoes of that guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You do not know what your girlfriend has been up to for 4 days. That's insane.
Mad.
You only saw one snap. What was the aftermath of the snap, bro?
Yeah, I'm going up today. Where you going? So even she's lied to you.
Yeah, bro.
That's the most realistic way.
That's the most realistic way.
She's lied.
The sin has already transcended.
Yeah, it's mad. It's a mad thing. It's
not she didn't tell you anymore. It's she's lied about you.
It's insane.
And if as a man you have not known what your girl's been up to for 4 days, are you even in a relationship?
Crazy.
No, you're not. You're not.
Are you in a relationship?
That's crazy. One day.
Huh? One day. Just one day.
Oh.
That's questionable. And that's more realistic.
And it's more realistic.
So now, how would you handle that situation?
It could be a variety of things that she went there for.
How would you handle it?
And it's your uni city.
One day is okay.
Bro, you're taking a piss, bro. You're taking a piss.
What are you talking about? Why is it okay?
No. But without knowing, that's the point. She hasn't told you that she's gone. You don't know.
It's not okay. You're basically saying that you're rationalizing saying it's better than the 4. It's not okay though. It's not okay. It's not okay. Why has she come to your city? You have a long distance. You don't see each other that often based on your distance. She's come to your city. She never told you. You found out from someone else. Someone snapped her, broski. She's gone back. You asked her, where are you? She's back in London now. She's like, I'm just at home. She didn't bring up the fact that she went back.
What?
Big man thing.
Yeah, there's an issue here.
What's going on?
It's not looking good, bruv.
It's not looking good, bruv. She got the whole United Nations.
How are you handling it though?
I'm not saying anything. I'll be gutted. I don't even know what I'll do with her.
Messaging her, how was Bams?
I'll be throwing That's pay. I don't know. No, do you know what? I probably wouldn't bring it up straight away. What, how's Burbs?
Yeah, if it's that a couple days, I'm definitely doing that, bro.
Fair. No, you're gonna have to address it. What are you gonna do? Sit and sulk. Heartbroken. I'm gonna have to do that eventually. But first, I'm not bringing up straight away. I'm gonna leave it. See if she brings up herself.
Yes, and if not,
but I'm leaving myself for more pain.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
yeah, but also I'm trying to see reality here. You're trying to draw it out so that she can give herself. She's trying to fill in the cup, fill in the crayon.
I'm bringing up straight away.
Huh?
I'm bringing up straight away.
Yeah, but
giving her a chance to lie.
Giving her a chance
to lie.
Not to lie, even if she tells the truth about where it was.
Just swindle her way out.
You're giving her a chance to be honest in a good enough time frame.
Yeah.
I want to see whether she would have told me.
My bro's building a Rico case. My bro's building a Rico case.
If she's on the Sunday or whatnot, and she's back, and then the Monday is when you found out you brought it up that day. The time frame that has happened, obviously, is still bad.
Yeah.
But it's a short enough time period for her to kind of
let's
be
say,
like,
oh, sorry, I went to my friend's birthday, I'm gonna rush. Listen,
You guys talking about 1 day or 4?
One.
So she's gone. You brought up saying, how was Mum? She's gone, oh, I'm so sorry. Whatever reason she's given. You're pissed, but she's given her reason.
Yeah.
If I leave the amount of days,
and she
now,
still don't bring
whatever
up,
reason she's given, I don't even believe it now.
She's
But
done.
here's what you got to ask yourself that, because what you're saying, I get what you're saying. You're saying that. I don't even know what you're saying.
I bet you.
man, remember, please, JM downstairs, innit?
Go on. Yeah, go on. And
Pull up.
man, them, just to give them context, your girl's got you and your girl got a long distance relationship. You go uni in Birmingham. She's in London. She comes up to Birmingham for one day for whatever reason and never told you. You found out on Snap. Yeah, she's gone back to ends. You've asked her, "Oh, where are you?" She's at home. She is at home, but she's not. She does not even brought up Birmingham whatsoever in it. What's your action towards it? Is what's being said now. There you go.
So what I find wrong with that is that you man are indirectly saying that if she comes clean, you're gonna give her some leeway.
No.
You just said that you're gonna give her a few
I didn't
days.
say that. You didn't
and
put
see
that.
if she comes clean.
I
We see if she comes clean. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not. Okay, no, look, in theory, it is gonna give her some leeway. I want to see what she tells me.
If she comes clean, how is that gonna affect the severity of the situation?
It's not coming clean at that point, anyways, because the days have passed.
No, it's
only
coming
that
clean.
one
It's
day.
coming clean because I haven't drawn out. I didn't do what you did. I didn't say how's Birms.
She admitted
I didn't
her
say
guilt.
anything.
She admitted
She
her
come to
guilt.
message me saying, "Oh, babes, I'm not gonna lie. I came to Birms."
Obviously, I didn't shout you.
So you're basically saying that the punishment is gonna be less now.
Yes.
Wrong.
No, of course it is.
It might be wrong.
No, but you know what?
She comes clean or not?
It depends, man. It depends, bro.
Done it is a wrap.
What's a rap, bro?
What?
No, not the relationship is a wrap. The reason is not a wrap.
Okay, but there's gonna
Whether
be.
you now tell me after or not,
It's not affecting.
No, you have to be.
How are you saying this?
That bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're crazy, bro. You're crazy, bro. Because it's two different things, bro. One, she's admitted her guilt. She's come clean. So she's felt bad about this. There must be a difference in your reaction,
Bro,
bro.
do you know what? I'm thinking of it as the fact that you had the audacity to do it in the first place.
Yes, it's a violation.
Whether you come
factually.
clean or not, there's something.
But you don't know what.
So you're saying it's not worse. It's not worse if you ask her. If you have to ask her, you're saying it's not worse.
No, it is worse.
But you're saying the punishment
is better.
Yes.
However, it doesn't affect your punishment.
It does,
Bro, it has to,
I want
bro. It
punishment.
has to, bro. Who are you, bro? Who are you, bro? Who are you, bro?
What are you talking about?
Kneel down and raise your hands up.
Raise your hand.
We are stood down.
No, bro, it does because if she comes and tells me, babes, I'm not gonna lie, babes. Well, she has to say babes.
Yeah.
Babes, I'm not gonna.
Factually.
She's like, babes, I'm not gonna lie. I went Birms. It was my friend's birthday. It was last minute. She's called me and told me everything. Like, oh yeah, I went, whatever. I'm still gonna be pissed, and we might still have punishment. However, it is definitely affecting the severity in terms of
The reaction.
Mondays come. She ain't said nothing about Birms. Tuesdays come. She ain't said nothing about Birms. Wednesdays come, bro. She slapped the next you.
Wait,
there.
I'll be
She had dick all up in her, bro.
I haven't got a question. It was. Manny as well.
Okay.
Let's say it's 12. It's midday, and someone says to you, they want to move their appointment 2 hours forward.
Yeah.
2 o'clock. That's dumb.
What's
2 o'clock. It's 2 p.m.
No, my bad. 10.
Repeat this.
So forward.
No, 10.
Oh shit.
It's midday. It's midday right now. It's midday right now.
12 p.m.
And someone says to you,
Can we move our
appointment forward by 2 hours?
Yeah.
What time do you think?
2
it
p.m.
is? That's 2 p.m. for you.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah.
10.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
It's 2 p.m. for me still.
Yeah, I know what
They want to
you.
move it forward.
Yeah, but it's.
I know the logic of what you guys are saying with
yeah,
the
I get
answers,
that.
but if someone says that to me, I'm assuming the same
I'm
thing.
assuming
They would say push it, then push it back.
Then it's 10 for me.
How?
Push it back.
I have my reason. Because when you look at a clock, yeah, if it goes forward,
That's how I see it. Time goes forward.
Let him land.
That's how you tell time, bro.
So if it's midday and
they go forward, no time.
MB. So it's 12 midday.
No, it makes sense.
And they said, what's the thing that they said to you? They want to
move the appointment forward by 2 hours.
I've got
a question for you. Let's say we've got a date on the 30th of January. I want to move our date 2 days forward. What are you saying?
It's 2 days later.
It's not. It's
You're
not
taking the piss. You're taking the piss. And that's not time. Nigga. You don't believe his raps. You don't believe your raps, bro.
Tell me the truth.
Lock him up. You don't believe your raps, bro.
Look at him.
That's 2 days back.
He lied to himself.
I got him there. Time moves forwards, not backwards.
No, that was a good example. Yeah, no, but I would still think that makes too much sense.
The only reason I justify that is that because most people, no one ever moves stuff forward. Everyone just pushes it back. So when you hear, can you move something, you're automatically thinking
it's going back.
It's
true.
That's the only reason.
How can you say you're moving it forward?
You move stuff forward.
You're boying it, fam.
You move stuff forward.
Yeah, it's true. You don't move shit forward. It's true. That's funny. You're trying to lie to yourself.
I've got to be right twice.
If you agree to that, then your whole thing's gone.
Bro, see. No, but that's a lesson learned. If anyone ever says that, I need to now know that they're pushing it back. Why would you just say pushing it back though?
Because you man sees pushing it back as 2 p.m. innit?
Yeah.
Oh,
See what I'm saying, bro?
What do you see pushing it back?
I see pushing it back as.
oh no, it's 2 p.m.
You was like 10 a.m.
Yeah, no. Cool. Say nothing. All right, so 2 hours, whatever, just means forward.
Just clarify, I think that's
Just say the time.
Just say the time, I beg. Send an invite, I beg.
You're violating. How's the woman at talk? We're pushing it forward by 2 hours.
Bro, tell me the time.
Make
a man do maths.
And don't be telling man to link you at midday or say 12, bro. Midday's calm. No, midday's not calm.
Word, bro. You know what midday is?
Midday is calm.
Midday's not calm.
What? Midday, we can't get confused.
Midday's not calm.
Showpace linking at my 12 midnight.
Yo, next time.
What? Everyone knows midday is associated to 12.
That just means you being late, though.
Do you think saying midday is fine?
Midday is 12.
No, I know it is, but do you think it's fine to just say midday instead of saying 12? I think to say midday is fine, but let's say you were sending man a message. Why you say midday instead of just sending 12?
But you don't understand it though.
It's calm.
Yeah, but I need the time on my phone. I need the time. Why does it say midday?
Midday only means one thing.
Exactly. Midday
only means one thing. I said I need the time. Like SV's looking at his calendar. Like, when should I put
midday?
for?
Oh yeah, we're linking at midday.
Time there.
Broski, why didn't you just say 12?
Midday can't get mistaken for anything else.
Monday.
If you on Siri, midday is Monday.
Leave him.
It rhymes.
Bro, crazy.
Man, I see you post like with your TikToks on that, yeah. You include some like stoicism and that in there.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Some what?
Stoicism.
Stoicism.
Yeah, because we stone ourselves.
No, just say what.
Come on, nigga, we don't know what that means, bro.
No, stoicism is it's just
wanna know
believing
what
that you control. It's control of your mind. In a nutshell, how do I describe it? It's like do you know stoicism?
I know barely.
What do you know about stoicism?
Gonna give you the wisdom.
You need that back, nigga. Put the glasses back on.
You might give a better definition.
Stoicism. Stoicism.
Stoicism.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's like cool. I'll
Let me get a Google definition.
I'll cover it.
This is Google.
You're silly, man. I'll give a teaching. You man can kind of understand what it means. There's one teaching that says memento mori. Yeah. Remember, you have to die. I'm thinking, what kind of next witchcraft thing is that, right? What that's basically saying is that everyone dies, right?
Right.
That's a natural law of life,
Yeah.
right? So based off that, imagine we was meant to record podcast today, or if you said, we're feeling tired, let's record it on Monday. How do we know we're still going to be live by Monday to record it? So that sounds kind of bleak, right? But what that's basically saying is that based on the uncertainty of tomorrow,
do shit now.
Why are you not doing everything?
you
and
can
doing your
Don't
best
leave for
now?
tomorrow. We can do today.
It's a harsh
It's a
thing
harsh way of thinking.
against procrastination, really.
Yeah, it's like they would then call that being arrogant, because they're like, you're trying to supersede the natural law of life, which is that you don't know when you're gonna die, and then you're relaxing today, thinking that in the future
It's calm. It's calm.
Do you know what I mean?
But then there's also an alternative view on that. You said the podcast could be today, pushing it back to Monday. Why would you call it Monday? You don't know if you'll still be here. So what's the point of recording the pod at all?
I love this guy.
No, but that's an existential question.
If you think, right, I could die any day. Why am I doing this shit today then? If I could die tomorrow,
They would then say, "What's your motive behind recording the podcast in the first place?"
but I thought I would survive until you told me about this. I'm just saying, with that mindset, an alternative could just be to say like, right, like if
Might as well do nothing.
like if you're gonna say that, then right, there's no point in me rushing to that. Obviously, it's a wrong mindset, but
it depends on the type of person you are to have that reaction to that.
But
But it says Stoicism.
This is sorry, go on.
Yeah, it says teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. So that's basically in line with the example
so
that you
disruptive
gave.
motion, for example, being procrastination.
Yes.
But everyone knows procrastination is bad.
Yeah,
But when I
yeah.
put it to you that way, as in you're being arrogant, that you can bypass death and think you can give your best next week.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Why are you selfish?
It's just a way of psyching yourself into doing
More or less.
I've got a
yeah.
question for you though. You're someone of faith and religion, yeah?
Yeah.
These teachings of these philosophers, Greek and Roman, do they always coincide with your faith?
When you say always, I haven't learned or studied enough to find any teaching that's contradictory.
Okay.
But what I have found is that, for example, even the teaching I just said about dying, whereas they would be fearing death, as a Christian, my fear would be hell.
Okay.
So if I know that, if I believe heaven and hell is real, why am I delaying living life right? Because I could die at any moment and go there, right? So you just got to replace certain teachings within it with your faith.
Right.
But I think they do go hand in hand. Certain teachings. Even though I was watching some other guy said something funny. He was like, it's not a Stoic teaching, but it's a thought. It was like, when we think of our future selves, we give our future selves superhuman powers.
Factually.
For example, I'm tired today, so I can't read 5 pages.
gonna be
But
tired
tomorrow,
when I have
I'm
something
gonna
You're gonna
read
do
500.
faction. Yeah.
Tomorrow, something's gonna change. I'm just gonna be
it's
full of energy. I can do
true.
this.
It's like man always thinks like in the future, man's gonna be like 6'1".
Bro, spit, bro.
It's possible, bro.
You get there, bro. There's technology out there.
Don't piss me off.
The surgery. So yeah, things like that.
Has it helped you a lot practically in your day to day?
Yeah, because times when I feel a certain emotion, my mind refers back to it. So either refers back to the Bible or that. For example, I saw a quote today. It said that if someone speaks ill of you, do not make excuses for that, but rather say that that person was ignorant of all my other faults. Otherwise, they'll mention them. What I'm basically saying is that when someone speaks crap about you, the natural response would be they're chatting
To
rubbish.
reject him.
I'm nothing like that.
Yeah.
They're making it out of thin air.
Yeah.
He's like, no, stop, chill, humble yourself, realize that you do have faults, and say that if anything, that person is even being kind because they're not mentioning all my faults. They're just mentioning these little ones. So there's a teaching relating to everything, even one about overcoming obstacles. It's called Amor Fati, basically saying that what stands in the way becomes the way. If you've got a fire that's burning and there's something in front of the fire, does the fire stop burning? What does it do? It consumes the thing in front of them, right? When you have obstacles in life,
It
you gotta
becomes the
look at
way.
it as it becomes the way. You gotta look at it like life is pairing me with a strong sparring partner so I can overcome this, become stronger and move forward.
I like that.
They're saying that you gotta look at obstacles at least as necessary. Look at it as positive, but even if you can't look at it as positive, look at it as thing that at least this is necessary. Never look at it as negative. Because when you look at it as negative, you're then reducing yourself, you're then burning out your own flame rather than looking at something to overcome. So it's just little lessons like that just
So interesting.
whenever you're feeling a type of way, it just comes out to me, I can't feel this way. I'm even mad. Just spring into action.
Hear it
That's
still.
very good.
How did you get into it?
How'd I get into it? Do you know what? It was someone I was following on my personal Instagram. Then they just posted a quote about something. And I clicked on the page, I saw it. It's called Daily Stoic. Then from there, I just started getting newsletters, reading up about it. Then I clocked that a lot of the teachings is how I even view life. For example, you know when I said to you, man, that you can't control how someone else treats you. You'd like to, but you can't control it. That's called a dichotomy of control. Basically saying that in life, there's two things: things you cannot control, things you can control. Forget entirely about what you can't control. If someone likes me or not,
On the note,
I'm not wasting time.
On the note of what you're saying, question for you guys: do you believe that you have control over the way someone treats you, though? Like how much control do you believe you have?
I don't think you can measure it to a certain extent, but you have.
Do you think you have more control over it or less?
I feel like you have less.
Less.
I think
Less
you have
than
less.
you think. All you can do is just, you
Less
know,
than you
from
think.
your side is just show them the type of way you want to be treated. It's entirely up to them, innit? So really and truly, you kind of have 0%, but you know, you just have a bit of influence.
I would say the opposite still. I think you got more. Obviously, I think you've probably got more than what you can't control. And I kind of mean someone that, okay, obviously if you encounter someone for the first time, you haven't got control over the way they treat you in a lot of instances because they don't even know you. This is just the way they are. However, I'm kind of talking about people that you do know, friends, family, however, whatever it is. And I think when it comes to people that you do know and people that you do have a relationship with, like, I think you do have more control over it than less.
So do you, can I ask you a question? Do you think the way people treat you is based on what you've presented to them?
Yeah.
So every instance,
not
they're
fully,
reacting to the person that you've shown them.
Not everything.
Because I feel like with that, you can show someone you're a confident person, they can see you as arrogant.
Yeah,
So
okay. That's true.
So it's like, you don't have control.
Yeah, but I'm not saying you have full control though. And I'm talking about how they treat you. Arrogant, them seeing as arrogant is how they perceive, man.
More, but how they treat
that would also affect how they treat, man. Yes, of course.
It's actually
however,
direct.
I think with friends and people that you have around you, yeah, I think you have more control over it than less control because, bro, what you give off isn't. These are the assumptions that people make about you based on the character that you present to them. Those assumptions make them treat you in a certain way.
In fact, you've been loading.
No, go.
I don't think it's actually your control though. It's literally just what you can present.
Exactly.
Like it's never gonna be you that's making them act
Well,
that
what you
certain
present
way.
to someone.
That's just that's not that's whether they take it or not.
You don't think influence is control?
Right.
I don't think you can put it in the same boat as control because
But in a sense, that let's say you got a friend who treats you a certain way about certain things.
and you show them that raw.
Not even show them because we're not saying necessarily a thing where you're telling them off about something. Because we're talking about, do people treat you in a way based on how you act, who you are. So let's say someone does a certain thing based on the certain thing you do. You now decide, with this person, I'm not going to act this way with this person anymore. I'm not going to be so friendly with this person anymore. I'm going to cut that side out. You don't feel like that could have any effect on...
It will, but I'm just saying it as in, it's basically entirely down to that person. I think it's the word control for me. I don't see it as what you're doing is controlling them to act a certain way towards you.
You might have both right. Shope is saying that you control it more than you think. You're saying you don't. The way you control it more than you think is that if I've got a friend and this person knows that I hate lateness 2D call. If I'm the neat, boy,
damn, we want to get it. Go on.
If I'm the linking you, you know that if you are late with me, there's a potential that I'm not going to meet you again to do the certain thing.
Yeah.
So the control you're perceiving is me controlling myself to take myself out of that situation. Okay. So
say that again. I'm thinking I'm lost.
That's a good point.
What you're saying is that if I'm linked with someone, they know I hate being late. They know I hate it. Like I've cut people off for being late.
Yeah.
The reason they're not going to be late is because they're worried that I wouldn't cut them off.
Yes.
That control is then still mine.
Yes.
It's not theirs.
Yeah.
So you're both right. You have more control, but the control is again
not control,
it's
yourself.
your own control.
You control you.
Yeah.
So because people are not going to treat you a certain way. Not
But I
because
feel
they're
like what
not but it's
I
because
feel like
You
what
can't
SB
control them. You can't control them, but you can influence.
I
I feel like what SB's saying.
It's back on you. It's not on
You
them.
can't control, but you can influence.
So people can still be late, but the reason they're not going to be is because of your response.
So you can.
Which has fallen back to you.
No,
But
but
you can have an influence on their actions.
It's still out of your control. What they choose to do is still out of your
to
control.
them.
You have an influence on. Okay,
On
yeah,
the
you don't control it
situation.
fully. Yeah, you have.
You
no
don't control them, but you can control the situation.
You can influence the situation.
You can influence it, but that's still not. You
That's
still
not
can't
control.
You can't control what they do.
Fair
enough.
So therefore, don't worry about that.
Fair
Just
enough,
have your
fair enough.
standards.
You can't say don't worry about that though.
SB's basically saying
You can't say don't worry about that.
You can, because as long as you feel like you've done what's good for you or what's right, it doesn't matter what they say.
Okay, but alright, cool. With what you guys are saying, you guys have a personality. You are who you are, right? And someone, for some reason, disrespects you off the basis of whatever niceness or whatever character you have.
Not in your control.
Which is what? Not in your control.
Not in your control.
Do you not feel like you are going to change in a way at all your actions towards them. So let's say you have a nice character that you give out.
That is in your control.
Yes, and you are going to change it because you believe you believe. I'm not saying you're going to, but you believe you can control or influence.
What it is,
you can influence how you
your change is going to make them change.
You're
not changing them.
You've gone wrong.
You think your change is what's going to make them
and you think
decide
to
change.
It can though.
Yeah,
it can, but that's where the danger lies.
it's not the right way of thinking.
It's wasted energy.
Why?
It's not wasted
Because
energy.
if it doesn't, you've wasted.
It's not wasted energy.
You've wasted.
You're not changing yourself. You're changing yourself with this person because you are taking a risk.
Wasted energy then.
You're taking a risk, though. You're taking a risk. You're taking a risk.
you can do all of this.
I feel like
if you want to change, then
surely
change for you.
we've all like something. Okay, maybe it's just me.
Something you change for someone else.
Yeah. Factually, surely, man, there's something like maybe there's a certain type of person that
Man, just change the dynamic.
Change the dynamic. I don't like doing this with this person. I don't like because this person moves a bit weird when it comes to this. So I'm not gonna do so. Obviously, not that deep into it, but surely we've all taken like some.
So what you've then done is regain control of that situation by only influencing what you can influence, which is your actions. That's it.
Okay.
So you've regained control by saying, "I'm gonna then."
Let's say you're in a social setting, and someone disrespects you, like a guy or girl. Do you think that's based off the fact, like the way you presented it allowed them to do that?
Depends on what it is, but in a lot of the cases, I would think so.
You think, oh shit, I must have fucked up for them to think they did.
Not, I wouldn't say shit, I fucked up, but yeah. 100, like in a social setting. So do I know this person?
Enough.
I'll be real. My perception on things is a bit, obviously, it also boiled down to the way I am as well, innit? Yeah. The way I come across. I believe disrespect is largely controlled on action still. Like, I believe that if someone disrespects man in a certain way about something, I definitely think because of man. 100%. 110%.
I see that.
It depends on you, obviously. Because obviously, man's someone that's loud, outgoing, and jokes around a lot of things. So someone disrespects man about something, and they don't think man would take it serious. Yeah, that like for me, that's on man still. Hundo. Yeah,
I think that's a right.
To an extent, yeah, but depends on what it is. But depends on the person.
I feel like that might be. It can be healthy and unhealthy because you're taking responsibility of that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Some people would look at it and think that person's a balls. Or do you get what I'm trying to say? And there's a responsibility that you're taking there. That's good.
Shop is right because in the teaching it says that when you have full control of what you can control, it starts to influence what you can't control.
Okay.
Influence.
Yeah.
So when you respect yourself in a social setting,
people will respect you.
People will respect
you.
It will influence
the way
what you can't control. Even though you can't control it, will influence. So, but when you think about the other side of it,
but hold on, I've got a question.
But then, obviously, if you're the opposite,
you try to think, I need to make people respect me.
You're gonna be lost.
But you know the example that you just gave,
yeah.
If him changing makes them respect them, make them respect him, surely he's caused that though.
Yeah, no, he.
Surely he's caused that. Obviously, the motive and the intent is what we're talking about here.
But the same end product, but you're not doing the change.
The thing is,
they're changing.
The thing is with that, it's end result. So in terms of, if I'm changing myself because I want to change myself, someone else respecting me because I respect myself is a byproduct. However, whether they respect me or not, I'm respecting myself because I want to respect myself. There's no wasted energy there.
Yeah, everything's gone into you.
If everything's gone into me, if I start with the other person, I'm like, I want this person to respect me.
Yeah.
They might or might not respect me. So if they don't, wasted energy there. But if I start off with me, because I want to respect myself, no wasted energy.
Yeah.
If I start off with them, wasted energy.
Yeah.
So when you look at it like that, what's going to be the end result of what I'm doing?
I get what you're saying.
Is it going to be always? Am I always going to reach my end result?
You won't always reach your end result.
No,
and that's why
if your end result is to respect yourself.
Yeah, then
you
fine. I hear it still. Once you're trying to influence the thoughts of other people, you're wasting your time. Factually, still, no, real shit.
But that's what that saying is, that common control. Do you know, I've got a quote for you. I want to see if you lot can break it down. I'll put my Snapchat to them, my Instagram story actually. It said that I'll say how it says it. Whoever gets the closest thing, I'll be impressed. It says that all fools.
Give us a surprise.
free PT session.
No. Go on.
It says that all fools. The fool. Do you know?
Bozo, put your glasses on, man. Fucking tie them glasses
word for word. Oh yeah. I remember. It says the fool with all his other faults.
Thoughts, did you say?
Faults, F-A-U-L-T-S, has this also. He is always getting ready to live.
Say it one more time.
Yeah.
The fool, with all his other faults, has this fault also. Yeah? Not thoughts.
Faults, like faults. Wrongs.
He is always getting ready to live.
The fool
with all his faults.
With all his other faults. So along with all these other things that's wrong with him,
This is one that he has. He's always getting ready to live.
he's always getting ready to live.
He's always getting ready to live.
Yeah.
That's one of his faults.
Would you say it's, are they trying to make a point about the fact that he's always in the preparing stage? I'm trying to do something.
I thought it was just he's ignoring everything else and focusing.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, bro, when do I do my push-ups, bro? When do I start doing my push-ups, bro? When do you get them glasses from as well, bro?
When you say preparing,
You wear them now.
Yeah!
when you say preparing to live, so you're saying that he.
You know them people that are always starting the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna start
always
the gym when I get my
prepping.
new
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
I'm gonna start the gym.
yeah,
Next year. Next month when the new month starts. They never actually
Just
start.
go straight
They're
in.
always getting ready to
Do
live.
you know, I was speaking to
Yeah.
I was speaking to Annie today, and she was basically saying when uni's done, she's looking forward to resting. And I was telling her, like, bro,
That's it. That's it.
like, there's always going to be something else.
Coming up, yeah,
Do you get what I'm trying to say? You have to incorporate that into your life now. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? There's always going to be something else. Always going to be something else.
I say to people,
You're never actually resting.
Are you?
Yeah.
Sorry. Are you ever getting? As you get older, are you getting less busy?
No,
No,
So
you're
where's
not.
this
man's
time
getting
gonna
more
come
busy.
from?
Yeah.
It's all a facade, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's it. So it's stuff like that when you think, oh, do you know, I'm gonna start this. In 8 months from now, I'm gonna be calm to start this.
Something comes up, bro.
I'm gonna think, hold on, in 8 months, what's actually going to change?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know.
Nothing. So why am I delaying it? So you see how all these teachings basically tie into one another and stuff like that.
That's a good quote, though.
Shit, cool. When I first read it, I was like, this makes no sense. I thought about it.
But I got that straight away. That's crazy.
But that's basically that's.
It took you how long?
I got that straight away. The guy that wears glasses, didn't
So do you feel like you come across as arrogant?
I don't know. You know, I actually don't know.
Man, then what do you think?
He's not in control of that.
You got in there. It don't even matter. It don't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. Actually,
It don't matter.
153. What you said?
We're good, man. I thought that was a good pod for real. That was a good pod for real. I enjoyed that one.
E-man. Show them your socials and that, man.
Oh, hey, catch me on Instagram, TikTok, CALIS _TS, and then YouTube, CALIS-TS. Underscore is the bottom one, hyphen is the middle one in it. Just so you know.
Clarity.
Just so you know.
People don't know.
This nigga is arrogant, bro. The hell? We didn't need that.
You guys definitely don't know that.
Solution, bro.
Alright.
Wow. Nah, man, you controlled the pod still really and truly. It was your pod, bro. Where your guest?
Yeah. Same time next week.
Bro, I'm enlightened.
No, word.
Unstock quotes.
Bro,
everything,
what's
man.
the page?
Daily Stoic, bro. You don't listen, bro. You're not ready to change.
Yeah, man. Big him up, man.
That's it, man.
What's that, episode what?
86.
86,
yeah.
man. 86.
Yeah, man. Love having you on, man. What's your name again, E-Man?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Prof.
Big you up still. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That was a pleasure, man. I appreciate it.
Same shit before we go. Socials, the underscore pull up pod on everything.
You already know.
Word, man. Follow it or you know what's gonna happen.
Whoa, the YouTube.
Yeah, we
Did
done it
anyone-
still. We done it still.
What do we do?
We said we needed to get to our next milestone, and they done it. Obviously,
They
we're
done
not
it.
gonna say what
They
the
don't get a
milestone
reward. They were
is.
supposed to do that anyway.
Yeah. But good for
big up,
doing what
bro.
you got told, innit?
Yeah, word. Love though, man. We couldn't do it without you, man. Word.
Factually.
Let's be out.
MV out, man.
JB out.
TS out.
Wash and
Your name's E-Man.